Good morning. My name's Anthony Speciale with Hawkeye Traders. I hope everyone's doing well and staying well. This week, I want to go over a concept which I call the field of play. This is something we're going to touch on each day this week. If we can identify the field of play in our trades, we can identify where to get in and where to get out. Now, how do we do that? Well, that's simple. We're going to show you how we do that with our tools here at Hawkeye Traders. Before we do that, of course, I just need to disclaim to you, whatever I do share and discuss is for information and educational purposes only. Please do not take anything as live financial advice. It is certainly not. So, when you're playing a game, and we're going to use football in this instance, we know where our objectives lie. The objective is to get the ball to the end zone. Now, we don't have to penetrate the entire end zone. We just have to get the ball and our body, our trade, our exit into an end zone. And if we can successfully do that over and over and over again, we can successfully book profit. And that's the objective. Guys, this is an especially powerful tool to utilize when the market is, let's say, lack of trending. When a market trends, it can trend to the upside and to the downside. When the market goes sideways, it's really not trending. It's just in a sideways motion. If you want to call that a sideways trend, you can. But a trend, it's range bound, and we're seeing a lot of that lately. And why are we seeing that? Well, for a couple reasons. We're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with rising COVID-19 cases. We're dealing with questionable supply. Questionable demand. We're dealing with questionable vaccines to deal with this health issue that we have here at hand. And it's not just in the United States. This is worldwide. I mean, there isn't a corner of the earth that this hasn't touched. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and when there's uncertainty, sometimes we see tightness. So this is applicable to everything. So markets trend typically about 30% of the year, and the other 70% of the year they do this sideways jig, if you want to call it that. So we need to be able to make money no matter what the market is doing. So if we can define our end zones, if we can define our field of play, we can more accurately, take our trades and know where to book our profit. Listen, sometimes it's about just making a day's pay and carrying on with your life. And that's what I'm going to show you. So we take a look here at this chart. This particular chart is oil futures. I know that my field of play is between 42.44 and 41.89. So what does that give me? It gives me about, let's for round numbers, about 50 cents to play with. Now, that's a good amount of play in the oil market. It's plenty of play to give us a day's pay and then some. So we know that below 42.44, we are going to look for positions that will take us to 41.89. And we know that above 41.89, we're looking for positions that will take us back to 42.44. So how do we do this? Well, it's pretty simple. First, we just need to identify what is going on. And how do we find this field of play? So we look at higher time frame supply and demand zones, or support and resistance zones. And then we decipher where the confluence of supply is and the confluence of demand is, and we plot that on our intraday trading chart. We need to know that when price passes through or bounces off one of these areas, that it is most likely to trend back to the opposite area. If we know that the market is presenting a short position above or at or just below 42.44, the likeliness is, as the day progresses, and it doesn't happen instantaneously, as a little bit of time progresses, the price will work its way down to the other end zone. Remember, that's the objective. The objective is to cross the field of play. Just like we're playing a football game. The objective is to carry the ball from one end of the field to the other. Well, it's the same thing with trading. The objective is to carry the price from one end of the field to the other. And that's exactly what happened here. So price broke down, continued to sell off, and like I said, it didn't happen instantaneously. It doesn't need to. We just needed to know which side of the market we needed to stay on. And that's exactly what we did. We stayed on that side of the market, and price continued to travel all the way from one end zone to the other. And sure enough, this is how you can pull out north of 50 cents from the market, knowing that where the price is going to go. So, identifying your field of play and then utilizing our tools gives you the opportunity to make these successful trades, even if the market is range bound and just moving sideways. So, guys, my message for you today, and this week particularly, it's Thanksgiving, is to never let the things you want make you forget about the things you have. And reason for that is very simple. At some point in your past, you wanted the things you have today. And now that you have them, sometimes we take them for granted as opposed to valuing them as we once desired them. So I want you to look at everything you have today in your life and realize at some point in the past you wanted it. And you should still want it and value it as much as you did then today. And that's my message for today. Be thankful for what you have, because like I said, at some point it was a dream or a desire of yours. And now that you've achieved it, it shouldn't hold any less value in your life. With that, guys, for today, I will wrap up. If you need us, you can always call us 888-233-8598. Email us team1@hawkeyetraders.com or visit us anytime at hawkeyetraders.com. If you are currently working with us, you understand the value that we are delivering day in and day out to our subscribers. If you're not and you don't understand how volume precedes price action and leads the market, I encourage you to click the link below. Check out the VSwarm webinar. I promise you it's well worth your time. It will come full circle on everything that I share with you on a daily basis. With that, have a great day, a blessed day, and a profitable day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.